الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله قال الله تعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون وقال تعالى يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا وقال تعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. عباد الله بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء وسيد المرسلين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وأزواجه أجمعين أما بعد. All the praises and thank you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sustainer of the universe and control of all affairs, and blessing to be all messengers, all Anbiya Karam, and among them, foremost among all of them, the most distinguished of Messenger Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have blessing on him, on his children, on his companions, on his wife, and all the righteous people who passed in the past or among us who will come. Ameen. So today, inshallah, I'm going to talk about Hajj. Subhanallah. What a strange feeling this year, talking about Hajj. And we know outside world cannot go for Hajj. Even at one point in time, the Saudi government decided not to have Hajj even. And this is not new, by the way. I've talked about this in the past, that this is not something new. It happened in the past in the history that Hajj were stopped for a while for whatever reason, right? So it, more or less in the history it comes, it happened probably 40 times or more or less, something like that it happened. But anyway, for us, for the new generation, as we are going through this whole episode, for us it's a strange thing. Hajj, how come you stop the Hajj? But there is hikmah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, yes, have courage is one thing, but at the same time, use the hikmah. And hikmah says, because of gathering of these many crowds, it's not easy to control this pandemic or epidemic or whatever you want to call it. So it's better to just not to have this one. Rather, if they want to do it, if it is possible altogether, they can do it on a smaller scale. Or if that is even problem, then let's not do it. Because the haram, what happened in the haram, the salah, they are doing with the social distancing. SubhanAllah, who would have thought about it, the social distancing concept what we have, right? Yes, there was in the history, it comes as well. It comes in the history what that social distancing was done, but for some other reason and other things. But from the salah perspective, it was very strange. Now, it's the ijma from the ulama karam all over the world. Yes, this is acceptable. But first time I heard myself, I was like shocked. How can you do that? I mean, it says, some movement and then stand together, So you stand together, shoulder to shoulder, and then it gives you all like philosophy and all those changes. But alhamdulillah, as ulama has helped all of us to come to some conclusion, but this is acceptable based on this ground. However, a few things I'm going to touch here anyway. So this is, I'm going to talk inshallah about the Hajj. So the history of the Hajj, how this all started and what happened. It's been going on from centuries and centuries, right? So, and we do most of the rituals in this Hajj in commemoration of the incident of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. Even how Kaaba was rebuilt on the same structure with the help of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ismail alayhi salam, we know that one. Before that, if you take the history even further back, what happened, how Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam was commanded to leave your family, part of your family, into this plantless valley. There was no plants over there. And some of you have done for Umrah and Hajj, you know that. Now it's clean. SubhanAllah, it's a whole different flavor. And they have sprinkles going on, whatnot. But if you don't have those facilities, you take all those facilities out, then definitely it's a barren land or it's a mountain. Then if there's no rain, there's nothing, there's no other way of providing the water or watering the things and whatnot, it's just hard to live there. And as of now, we know that. I mean, there are places in the world where it's not easy for the people to live. But anyway, the part of the family with Sayyidina Abraham. So fast forward, Ibrahim alayhi salam was commanded to take a part of your family and live there. And I mean, there was a little child, like a little infant and when Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam took his part of his family over there, and he left the family and he said, okay, you have to stay here. You're going to move on. And then what happened? So the wife says, he says, is this what you're doing is, what are you doing now? How come you're leaving us alone here? He did not say anything because all you see is like what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is commanding to do. Then she realized, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the wisdom to the wives of the Anbiya Ikram as well, Rasul and Anbiya Ikram. And she said, is this a command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala you're trying to fulfill? He said, yeah, that's what it is. He said, if there's a command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, she was, mashallah, she was one of the abidas. She said, yes, I'm going to live here and then see whatever is going to come. So whatever the means she has after Sayyidina Ibrahim left, and we know, it's a whole long story. We keep going on and we talk about so many incidents we can talk about. But let's talk a little bit, whatever we can. And then inshallah, what's the lesson for all of us, even during this modern day and time. So as she started looking for the, first of all, live in that area, that was first of the time. No one was there. So then he made the dua. He made the dua that, and it comes in the Quran, Surah Ibrahim. It says, رَبَّنَا عِنِّي أَسْكَنْتُ مِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِي بِوَادٍ غَيْرِ ذِي زَرْعٍ عِنْدَ بَيْتِكَ الْمُحَرَّمِ رَبَّنَا لَا يُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ. Look at this. رَبَّنَا يُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ فاجعل أفئدة من الناس تحوي إليهم وارزقهم من الثمرات لعلهم يشكرون. Subhanallah, what is a beautiful way of asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about this. What Sayyidina Ibrahim says? Oh Allah, oh Lord, oh Rabb, I am settling my part of my family in this plantless valley. There's no plant, there's nothing, no shelter, nothing, right? And at your sacred house, this is your sacred house. And this shows that this sacred house was there before. There were those things were there. Oh Rabb, oh Allah, they are to observe the salah. So he is making promise on his family's part, and obviously he has a trust that the family will do that. He said they'll do the salah, they'll do the submission. Salah means they'll do the submission. And so let throngs of people, let's convert more people onto this valley so they don't feel like lonely. What a beautiful dua he's asking. And provide for them all kinds of fruits, all vegetable fruit, whatever. So provide them all those what they need for their needs, that they may be appreciated. So what is the last one? Last one is the key thing. He said, لَعَلَّكُمْ يَشْكُرُونَ. So that they can be appreciated. They don't have these worries like living alone. They don't have this worry. I don't have something to eat. I don't have this. I have the worry. I don't have a food. I don't have a water. So he's making dua. He said, as you commanded me to do, I'm living a part of my family. But Allah, my request to you is, this is imtihan for me, for my family. But convert more people, throne of people, like multitude of people of this area, because you don't see anyone over there when he was living there. That reflects the idea that probably there was no one close by. But send more people and give them the food, the basic necessities, so they won't be unappreciated. But when they have this one, they'll do the salah, they'll do the sujood, such as shukr, and they will be more appreciated to you. So this is what he is saying. So now look at this. There's so many rituals sometimes do, and people sometimes talk about this misconception again. Because people don't invest time to read what Dinul Islam is. People go for Hajj. They say, oh, they gather all for Hajj and do blah blah blah. If anyone from the other side of the aisle, they start looking into this one, they'll understand a lot of those rituals are from Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. We are doing it in commemoration of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. We do the nafal at the end of tawaf. What? Allah has commanded us to do the nafal behind the station of the Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. That's also Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. And people have misconception that somehow these all Muslims are preaching just Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even Muhammad did the ita of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, go and do the ita of Ibrahim alayhi salam. He did all the tawaf same way. He did. And he taught us what to do. He did Safa Marwa, Sa'i between them. He ran between those two mountains, those two places. And he showed us how to run, when to walk, brisk walking and whatnot. Then when it comes to the Hajj, the other arkan of the Hajj, those order. Like when you do the Rami, what do? You do the same in commemoration of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. When he was asked to, this is another test, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him on later on. I'm going to talk on that one maybe in the next khutbah, inshallah, next event. But let's focus on Hajj, on this part of it. So all these rituals, you do the circle of the Kaaba. We are doing this is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasulullah has taught us to do this way. We are not praying to that building only. This is a building for very respectable for us. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said this is as a symbol for you. This is as a symbol for you, so you can point towards there and you all can have uniformity. You all pray towards one direction. This is to give all of us one direction to pray. So otherwise what happens if that direction was not given to us, we would have to pray this way, that way. In a whole masjid, like even this masjid, the masala, you will see people praying all over the places. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us direction, and Rasulullah with the talimat of Rasulullah, we know we all need to pray towards what? Kaaba. And sometimes people fuss on these things, right? He says, do we need to be exactly the dot point of the Kaaba? We need to pray because we don't know, we just guess and we do whatever the best, calculation is, we pray towards that. Sometimes people so fuss on this one, again, for Tabligh, I'm going to say, if it's a permanent masjid, so this is the obligation of the committee or the people of who is managing those affairs of the masajid or do. Make sure when you build the masajid, it is exactly as much as close to the direction of the Kaaba, because that's what we do. When it comes to the musalla or your own home you pray, you need to establish what is the right direction. And as the ulama says, there is a way to pray. You pray straight, but if there is a little bit hurdle in front of you or you want to accommodate more people, it's okay to tilt a little bit. And as I say, some ulama of opinion that this is the direction of 90 degree of the Kaaba. So 45 here, 45 here. If you are still, alhamdulillah, your salah will be valid. There's no problem at all. And if someone out of ignorance did something, that's different story. But deliberately we should not. And it's not like we cannot change the qibla if we face this way, we face that way. But 45 is a big thing. So if you have to stand right here and you see that like there are more brothers or standing and you want to make the jama'ah, so you want to accommodate them, it's okay, a little bit tilted, so that way maybe another person who did not have a place to pray, they can pray. So this is for the Musalla and other religious, non-established permanent masajid for that. But for the masajid, it has to be as much as possible. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us this Hajj is one of the important rukn in our life. I'm going to touch this point today. And inshallah, this is the continuation until we'll reach to the inshallah, bi'idhnillah, of Eid, Eid al-Adha. We'll talk about the Eid and all this. So this Hajj is obligatory, one of the obligatory rukn of Islam. And another one of the pillar of Islam, as we say Tawheed and all those, this is one of the rukn of Islam, important pillar of Islam, that if someone has money and can afford it, must do the Hajj on first preference. This is one of the points I just always reiterate, and I will reiterate again, that this is obligation on individuals. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you istita'at to do the Hajj, do on your first preference. You don't know what's coming next. Who would have thought, with all means, might, money, time, everything in hand, you still cannot go this year? Do what do you do? Can you fight? You can. Even in this, subhanAllah, is a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but I heard, or obviously you guys are hearing as well, that there was no Hajj first established. No, they said it will be a Hajj with limited people. Probably they are saying 10,000 or something. And that's for the locals only. They're putting restrictions, but at least they're trying to do, at least Hajj should go on. So this is a blessing. But what if we are the one to think about ourselves, put ourselves in that situation? What if we were one of those who had the money, might, time, everything, but guess what? We were pending for the next year, to next year. Guess what? This year we cannot do. Do we have a guarantee next year? Wallahu a'lam. Allah knows the best. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us health, inshallah, and sihat and everything, and time and money and everything, because it comes with a lot of things. You need energy, you need help, you need money, you need time, you need so many things, you need commitment to go there. What if you don't have any one of those? What if you miss one of those things? You cannot go. If you have the intention, you don't have a time, you cannot spare time, you cannot go. You don't have money, you have a commitment, you cannot go. If you have time, you have money, but you don't have a help, you cannot go. So take this as a first important rukn of Islam, inshallah, and it becomes obligated. This is one of the key points I'm going to share. Sometimes people have money and all those things, but they think like, okay, maybe inshallah next year, maybe inshallah next year. Guess what? Today you have money, Hajj become further on you. There are conditions for doing that now. If you have money and all those things and you are Sahib Istitab, it becomes further on you. Tomorrow if you lose the money, guess what? That further will stay stand. Because you had the money at point in time when we did not decide it. So that's why we must do this one as soon as possible. We don't know. Because we will question on these things that you have the money. Same thing. I can pay zakat, but I'm not paying the zakat. Why? You'll be asked this question. Same thing about the Hajj if you have. And there's another cultural thing. Sometimes in culture, I'm going to correct a few things here. Sometimes as a culture, we think like if I have money in some cultures, it talks about or promote, you must send your Hajj, your parents to the Hajj before you do your Hajj because you have money and all this. You come up with, mashallah, it's a nice gesture. It's a beautiful gesture. You must take care of if you can. But guess what? It's an individual rukn. It's an individual fare for you. If Hajj becomes fard on you because you have the money, it's fard on you. If they did the Hajj, alhamdulillah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward them. But on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, I'll be answerable for my own deed. You had the money, I did not go. But I sent my parents. Remember, the day will come when your father will disown you, when your son will disown you, when your own sister, brother, husband, wife, each one disown you, they'll run nafsi, nafsi. Nafsi, nafsi, everyone will be saying about that. So in that time, no one will come for your rescue. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us not go over there and without even all those questions, other with the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we should be at Dakhul Jannah, inshallah. We enter into Jannah. We should pray for all this. I mean, but the most key important point, what I'm trying to make is, if it becomes fard on you, it stays fard on you. Tomorrow you don't have money, you will have that guilt wound with you all the time. I've seen people in my own life, personal experience I can share. There were people, they lived in Saudi. They lived in Saudi, they had all the means. They postponed it for next year. And next year, what happened? I'm not going to detail of that all. He moved from out of that country. He has all the means, everything. Still, I would say that is pending. I know for sure for some people. That's still pending. So this is what you can go closer and you can be far away from there for the rest of the life. Who knows? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'll make dua for them as well, and we all need to make dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy on those our brothers, sisters, whatever has gone through. And whatever we have the intention, we cannot go. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us revive all of those beauty, the glamour, the all things what we talk about from the Hajj and all that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring all those things back into our life in normality. And inshallah, in the next year, if you have to have a make intention, inshallah. So you go and do first preference. You do your Hajj, and if you have money, inshallah, then inshallah, do help other brothers or sisters, your father, your brother, your sister, your uncle, aunt, and whatnot. Let them do Hajj as well. That's okay, inshallah. But it's obligatory on you first, inshallah. So I'm going to conclude with this one, inshallah, and I'm going to pick up again same topic on that one. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم سائر المسلمين فاستغفر إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله. الحمد لله يستعين واستغفر ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له واشهد لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله ارسل بالحق بشير ونذير بين يدي الساعه من يطيع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعصيهما فانه لا يضر الا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا واخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إسرا كما حملته الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم إنا نجعلك في نحورهم ونعوذ بك من شرورهم. اللهم إنا نجعلك في نحورهم ونعوذ بك من شرورهم. اللهم إنا نجعلك في نحورهم ونعوذ بك من شرورهم. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم اغفر لي وللمؤمنين وللمؤمنات يوم يقوم الحساب. قال إن الصلاة ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين آمين. عباد الله 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 في أصحابي لا تتخذوا غرضا من بعد فمن أحبهم فبحبي أحبهم ومن أبغضهم فبغضي أبغضهم. وخير أمتي قرني ثم الذين يلونهم ثم الذين يلونهم. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون. أقيموا الصلاة إن شاء الله.